What's up, y'all? Jakob Owens here for the Buff Nerds, and today I just wanted to talk really quickly about landing clients or jobs. This is probably one of the most frequently asked questions, and if it's not an asked question, it's something that people are wondering on a daily basis. How do I land a job? How do I land a client? How do I get a gig? How do you book jobs in the video production world? It can be pretty complicated, it can be pretty simple. There's no real clear definite answer, but I'm going to give you my tips and advice of things that have worked for me, of how you go about landing jobs or gigs or clients in this video. So for me, I'm just gonna start off with the number one thing that has worked for me in the past, which is reaching out. You have to, on the daily, reach out and connect with people, businesses, brands, clients. Early on, I was trying to get into music videos, and how I did that was by reaching out to artists that I wanted to shoot for on Facebook, YouTube, whatever it was. Some of the early artists I reached out to were Kyle, which was formerly known as KID, DY, and a few others. Now, how I got those jobs is I had a little bit of a reel going for me, which will end up being point two, but I'll get to that in a minute. Is I had a little bit of a reel from some free music videos that I had shot, some local paid little jobs that I had shot, and so I put together that reel, and then I would, on the daily basis, find artists and music that I liked, and I would reach out to them via email, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, and be like, hey, here's my reel, love your music, would love to shoot you a video. And 9 times out of 10 didn't hear anything back, but there always was that one that I did hear back, and then I would land that job. When I landed that job and did that video for that artist, a bigger artist who followed that artist would see that video and then reach out to me. So it's kind of like the snowball ladder effect, where as long as you keep reaching out to clients or potential clients and you do that job, you never know who's going to see that video, and that is all stemming, those jobs and connections are all stemming from that one moment that you reached out to that initial client. So the key to landing a lot of potential jobs is just simply basically networking, reaching out. You're gonna just send out a lot of cold emails, cold on Instagram, Facebook, email, do whatever you can to reach out. Don't be upset, disheartened if you don't hear a yes or no, if you get no response at all. Just continue to reach out to companies, brands, clients, offer your services, show the value you can bring to them, what you can do for them, not what they can do for you. Show your value to them, and then start trying to book clients that way. Once you've established that relationship with that client and have done work for them, like I said, you never know what other clients or companies may see that work and then find out who the director or production company was and then hire you. Or that client, may have friends within their industry that are looking for videos, and they're gonna recommend you because of the great work you did for them. So again, it kind of goes back to the snowball effect. You just need to find those clients, do great work, and things will start falling into place. Now initially, and even as you get more successful, you need to continue doing those things, such as network, connecting with other companies, brands, other filmmakers, other whatever, to continue to grow. At one point, things might slow down or will slow down, and you have to have that tenacious mindset and activity of going out and finding new clients, finding new work, or reconnecting with old clients that you haven't shot with in a year or two, and being like, hey, do you guys need to re-up on some video content? You just need to always be reaching out and connecting with. The reality of people, clients, brands, whatever, just stumbling across you out of the thousands to hundreds of thousands or filmmakers and content creators and production companies out there, the chances of them just stumbling across you and being like, hey, we want to hire you, is very, very rare. You need to put yourself out there, whether it's going physically to events, farmers markets, different live events to connect with artists, clients, customers, businesses, go door to door knocking for businesses, send out cold call emails, messages on Instagram. That works well for me as well. YouTube, whatever it is, be proactive. So that is by far the biggest thing I could say that has helped me and will help you. You just have to want it. You have to be proactive about it. The second thing, which I kind of touched on earlier, is having a reel or a website. I've talked about this before, that you need to have proof of concept. Clients, you could reach out to a client and ask if they want video work. They may need it, and then they need to know that you can do the job or get the job done. They need to see like, oh, this is his work, his or her work, looks great. Yeah, we want to hire them. Or whether it's you not reaching out or not, if it's them just stumbling across you or your website, they need something to stumble across. You have to have a reel out there, a website, something that is out there in the world that shows your work, demonstrates your value, so that they can find you and hire you. No one's going to find you if you do not have any work out there, whether it's a reel, work, a website. A company is not going to come to you and hire you if you don't have those tools and resources out there. Point blank period. So you have to put stuff out there. You have to create a website. You have to have a reel for companies, clients, whoever to come hire you. A lot of people just want to take the easy route and they think it's just going to kind of fall into their lap. No one who's ever been successful has just sat back and let things come to them. They've always gone out and pursued it and actively reached out. Those are the most successful people, and the people that have the most continued business are those networking people. I'm telling you, the biggest, baddest jobs that I've done in the industry for film, music videos, commercials, whatever, have come from knowing the right person, reaching out, connecting with someone who knows someone who refers me. It's not usually just a company stumbling across my website. Although that is probably the second most prevalent way companies or brands or whatever find me, it's definitely more rare. So you have to be proactive. You can't just sit on your ass and think that everything's gonna come to you. Go out there and pursue it. Thirdly, there are other websites out there that are kind of like these, secondary like job posting, listing websites where companies will post like, hey, we need a videographer for this event. I think some of them are like Thumbtack, Upwork, and there's a couple other sites like that where companies, brands, people, whoever who are looking for some sort of video services will post looking for a person to do this, looking for a person to shoot this event, and you can go on those sites and like pitch yourself or apply for those. But again, that's like a very last resort kind of thing, and usually they aren't very fun or exciting jobs. They're very plain Jane, boring. All the fun stuff comes from reaching out to brands and companies that you want to work with, that you vibe with, that you connect with. So utilize Instagram. Instagram is huge. Email, and then you can go on Facebook as well, Twitter even. But I've found the most direct line to a company is either Instagram or email. Those have worked the best for me, and they'll probably work the best for you guys as well. So the last thing I want to touch on is a lot of brands, companies, and clients have found me, discovered me, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, my website, and come to me, hire me to, contract me out to do whether it's social media content work, commercial content, content for YouTube, their website, whatever. That does happen and has happened. But a lot of times, a lot of these cool companies I'm working with because I reached out and was like, hey, love your product. I use your product. If you guys ever need any type of, commercial work, content for social media or website, I would be down to collaborate, offer my services. But all those, companies that I've liked and I use myself, and that I've collaborated with, usually happens because I've reached out in some form. And actually, very, very lastly, have a strong social media presence. If you want to have a personal and Instagram and Twitter, that's fine, but don't mix your business and personal together. Having a separate business account, whether it's you as a person in a brand or a production company, is super important. I tell people this all the time. Instagram is the new website. Instagram is your new reel. People can instantly go to Instagram and see what you're about, see your work, your style of work, your skill set, your look, and hire you directly from Instagram. I've been hired on a number of shows just because of my following on Instagram and them following me, seeing my work, and booking me to do a job or to be a cam op on a TV show or a DP on a TV show. So your social media presence is super important because that is the new reel, that is the new website, and you can book a lot of jobs or opportunities just based off of your Instagram presence. Alright guys, hope this video helped. Just wanted to touch on that real quick. Had a bunch of questions about how do you book jobs, how do you find gigs, and all that stuff. So Hopefully this video helped. Any questions, comments below, like the video, whatever, do all that stuff. I'm Jakob Owens for the Buff Nerds.